cancer. Did you know that dogs can smell cancer? Anyway, I said,
Imagine, right, a world where a dog, just a regular dog sniffing, could actually detect cancer.
Sounds pretty wild, doesn't it?
It does. It sounds like straight out of science fiction. But you know what? It's actually closer to reality than a lot of people think. So today we're diving deep, and I mean deep, into the world of canine cancer detection.
Yeah, this is going to be fascinating.
So we've got some really, really interesting research, some insights, all about how scientists are training dogs, training them to sniff out cancer.
Using their incredible sense of smell.
Exactly, their sense of smell, which, by the way, is thousands more sensitive than ours, blows my mind.
It really is remarkable. Dogs can detect these, there's these tiny amounts of specific chemicals.
Okay, break that down for me. What chemicals are we talking about?
They're called volatile organic compounds, VOCs for short.
VOCs, okay, got it. So are these VOCs, are they like warning signals, like little red flags our bodies give off?
Yeah. Think of it this way, cancer cells, they're like tiny factories, right? And as they grow, they produce these unique waste products.
Okay, like exhaust.
Yeah, kind of like exhaust. And these waste products, those are the VOCs. They have a totally different chemical signature, like a fingerprint, compared to the VOCs from healthy cells.
So it's like each type of cell has its own exhaust, and these super sniffer dogs, they can tell the difference just by smelling it.
Perfect analogy. And the really cool part is that through really, really rigorous training, dogs can learn to pinpoint, identify those specific VOCs linked to different types of cancer.
Oh, wow. So hold on. It's not just any dog, like my neighbor's beagle can just do this. This takes actual, specialized training.
100%. It's a very, very structured process. You have these incredible organizations like the In Situ Foundation, for example.
You've heard of them.
Yeah. And they've developed these amazing training protocols where the dogs are exposed to hundreds, even thousands of samples.
Well, actual patients.
Yep. From patients, both healthy and those with cancer. And over time, with all that exposure, they learn to differentiate between them. They basically become experts in cancer scent detection.
Wow. I'm picturing dogs in little lab coats with stethoscopes.
I love that.
But seriously, what kinds of cancers, specifically, what kinds of cancers can these amazing dogs actually detect?
Well, the range is really pretty impressive. Studies have shown that dogs can detect things like lung cancer, and breast cancer just from breath samples.
From breath?
Just breath. They can even sniff out bladder cancer and even prostate cancer by, believe it or not, smelling urine.
Urine, wow.
And it doesn't stop there. Colorectal cancer, they can detect that through breath and even stool samples. There's even really, really promising research going on right now on their ability to identify ovarian tumors.
Ovarian tumor?
Yeah, using blood samples and tumor samples. And get this, even cervical cancer just from biopsy samples.
Hold on. They can sniff out cancer in all those different ways. That's incredible.
You know, right? It's amazing. And you know what? The success rates are so encouraging.
Really? What's that look like?
Okay, so for instance, some studies, right, they looked at the sensitivity, and that's, how accurately they can actually pinpoint the folks who do have the disease.
Right.
So they looked at lung cancer detection using breath samples.
Right. Uh-huh.
And the sensitivity ranged from, get this, 71.3% to 97.6%.
Okay. That's a pretty wide range. And what does that tell us?
Well, it suggests, right, that there's a lot of variability. Could be different training methods, different breeds of dogs, maybe even, the type and stage of the cancer. But even at the lower end, that 71%, that's still really promising.
Okay, but, I got to ask, isn't it a little risky? Right. To rely just on a dog's sense of smell for something as serious as cancer.
Yeah, totally get it. It's a big deal, right? How do we know, how can we be absolutely sure they're going to be accurate every single time?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And those are questions researchers are wrestling with. And it's really important to remember that even our traditional methods like biopsies, even those aren't foolproof.
Yeah, that's true.
And they come with their own risks. They can be uncomfortable. There's that risk of infection. So it's all about weighing those pros and cons.
So if we're talking about, dogs detecting cancer, are we talking about replacing doctors with dogs?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay, good.
It's not about replacement. It's about, it's like adding this amazing new tool. Think of it as, adding something powerful, something brand new to our toolbox.
But
The real game changer here is early detection. We know, and we know that the earlier we catch cancer, the better the odds of successful treatment.
Yeah.
And that's where canine detection really has the potential to like really shine. Imagine a world, right, where you just get this simple, completely non-invasive sniff test.
No needles.
No needles, no poking and prodding, and it could detect cancer even before symptoms even show up.
Okay, now you're talking. That would be, I mean, that would be game-changing. No needles, no, like, scary biopsies, just a friendly dog. I could get behind that.
Exactly. It could totally like revolutionize how we think about cancer screening, making it way more accessible, much more affordable, and way, way less stressful for everybody.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a great vision. But if this is all like so amazing, so promising, what are the big roadblocks? What are the big challenges that researchers are facing in, actually bringing this technology into like regular everyday clinics?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the big ones is, well, making sure the training is standardized, for these amazing canine detectives. And the testing procedures, too, those have to be standardized.
Okay, so consistency, reliability.
Right, exactly. Consistency and reliability. So we know that the results are, consistently reliable no matter where you are or what dog you're using. Another hurdle is figuring out, like, okay, how do we actually integrate canine detection, these amazing dogs, into our existing healthcare systems?
That makes sense, because it's one thing to, have it in the lab. It's another thing to have it actually work in, your doctor's office.
Exactly. It's a whole different ballgame.
So a lot of work to do, but wow. I mean, wow, the possibilities are like truly mind-blowing. Any final thoughts?
It really makes you think, what does the future hold? Could we be looking at a future where going for like your annual checkup means, having a visit with a furry friend? Like, how cool would that be?
That would be awesome.
And who knows, what other amazing applications we might discover for this. I mean, this is an incredible ability, really, truly incredible. This is like, we're just scratching the surface here. It's a whole new frontier.
Absolutely. A whole new frontier. And folks, this is just the beginning. We're just scratching the surface here. Who knows what mind-blowing discoveries are waiting for us in the world of canine cancer detection. So keep exploring. This is really fascinating stuff.